Hey everyone, this is Neil here. I'm the founder of Golden Earth, which is a Mendix only consulting company, and I'm also Mendix MVP. So, wearing my Mendix MVP shirt today. We got it uh, 2 days ago, so wearing it in my first video after receiving it. So feels amazing. Okay, so in this video, we are going to be talking about AIDE Pro, which is an AI powered development extension for Mendix Studio, right? Um, you can go to my website and go to AIDE Pro. You land on this page. You can read everything about the features and functionalities of AIDE Pro. It's already open to beta testers or beta users. So if you're not a part of this group, you can still go ahead and register here, and I'll send you all the details. You'll get a free 2-month license to use this, and I would love to have your feedback on how it is. And if you're already a beta tester, or you still want to, if you're not a beta tester and you still want to learn about 8 Pro or more in details, then you can go to 8 Pro docs and read everything over here, right? Um, so yeah, that's you can explore this whole website, other pages as well. Feel free to. It's a lot of content. I'm sure you'll love it. Okay, great. So, anyone who is part of the beta testers group should have received an email from me that has a link that gives them access to the extension, right? So, in this case, um, in today's demo, I'm going to be showing you how to import the packages I've sent to you guys in a Mendix app, and how to configure everything, right? So I will be doing it on Studio Pro 11.8.0. So you download this particular mpk or the whole package, and then you can use it anytime you want, but you will start with one of these versions. So I already have these on my machine, so let's get started from there. So what I would do is I'd open Studio Pro, my any app in Studio Pro, and then do right click, import module package, and pick the package that I want to, and add it as a new module, right? What it will do is it will add two add-on modules along with this, and these two modules have your extension, and as soon as they're added, you will see an extension menu come up over here, and inside that you'll see 8 Pro. So once you've added your access key or the license key, which I will send you in the email, you will see something like this, where on the right side you will this is the extension that comes up, and you first have to agree to this notification, which is your data usage notice. Basically, 8 Pro sends your app structural metadata and all those things to, and no data records, to your configured AI provider, right? For analysis, because that's how AI works. And you could have it on your local machine, and you don't have to do the public cloud. That's okay. But whatever you configured in 8 Pro, it'll send it there. So once that is done, so to click I understand, and you're good to go. Okay. When you're here the first time, what we'll do is because mine's already configured, right? So, but what you would do is go to your AI model, pick any AI model you want, and configure your API key. So for now, I've done Anthropic, and that's why I already have it. So you can explore the configuration menu. We'll go through this one more time when we get to the CLI bridge, but for now, I'll keep it light on that. So we have introduced a new feature called plan mode, and what plan mode does is uh, if asking for a lot of things, like this prompt where I'm asking it to build a splitwise like application in test module, it will have to do everything properly as a proper plan, right? So I want to make sure the test module is empty. Great, test module is empty. So now let's go ahead and say ask 8 Pro. So what it does is, now that you send this big chat message, what it'll do is it'll go through your solution architecture planning, and once it does that, it'll do an architectural brief on what decision it took, and also tell you what or what design decisions it took, right, and why it took. And then your whole plan would be split into multiple phases. And if you see here, it's being split into 6 different phases, and which is amazing. And it says, because Studio Pro, or because Mendix has not built the current capability of allowing um, cross-module associations through APIs, it is asking the user to do manually one, and it'll ask you again when to do it. So it's just putting a note out here, which is great. um, and once I approve plan, it'll start building everything according to my plan. So let's do approve plan. And now it starts thinking deeper into these 6 different phases and start creating tasks for them. Now what we'll do is not create tasks for all the 6 phases, because what we've built in is a just-in-time system, which means it'll plan tasks for each phase at a time, right? So once it's done with phase 1 and everything looks good to the users, only then it'll go and create tasks for phase 2, not before that. So now you see it just did for phase 1, and this is what you'll see. In task 1, it's going to create all the enums, and these are the acceptance criteria that it'll go and check for. So it looks like it's now done creating enums, and we can go and verify they look good. Okay, perfect. So now what it should be doing is go to task 2. So I just want to say enums look good to me, and it'll start. um, okay, so now it should be doing completing the first task, and then it'll move on to task number 2 by itself. So great, it marked the first one as completed. It's going to task 2, which is it has already put it in progress. Great. It's going to create 7 entities that shows here, and then the third task would be to create all the associations. That's great. It marks second one as completed. Awesome. It's going and verifying everything if they look good to it, and then I can go and if it wants me to verify things look good to me. It has connected um, enums also as attributes, which is amazing. So I verified. It has verified. Uh, yeah, it verified everything. Great. I can do start task 3, and it'll start the third task. So it'll ask you for permission before it starts everything. And once phase 1 is complete, is when it will start doing other it'll ask you for approval for starting phase 2, and then we'll start planning. If you see, phase 1 has 3 tasks, right? But phase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has nothing. So that's great. Now it says, and it reminds me again about the manual step needed over here. So it wants me to associate with the administration.account. Okay, done. It should be it wants me to do one to many, but I personally would do one to one. But maybe I don't know what's the reasoning for it to decide that, but I'll leave it for now. As as developers, we should be making sure it does everything as we want it to. Now, yes, it does not look beautiful, I know. That's I'm still working on making it look beautiful, but other high priority I'm focusing on other high priority items, which helps me build things faster, and aesthetics would be coming in later on. But I can say now this is done. It is marked phase 1 is done. Perfect. Can do start phase 2, and now is when it'll start planning everything for phase 2. So it knows that now it's approved, and now it's awaiting tasks. So which is great. It started planning every task for phase 2 now. And the reason for doing this is we could have planned everything, all 6 phases from the start. But the reason I took the approach of just in time planning is because it will have real context of what's already built phase wise, and not I don't want it to I don't want the AI to assume what's built in phase 1 when it's planning phase 5, right? So But now that if you're doing just in time, then what happens is when it's going to plan phase 5 or tasks for phase 5, it would see all the work that's actually already accomplished for phase 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will have the context of the real app and not something that was planned. So that's the whole thinking behind it. Now it has already uh, done all the planning for task 4 and 5 and started working on task 4, which is great. um, this is great for the demo, so I'm going to stop here. And as you see on the left side, it has started creating all the microflows as well. I'm not seeing any errors until now, which is amazing, but I'll stop here for now. Now what I want to show you is how to use the CLI. So what I would do is, first I would open this app directory where my app is stored. And once I'm here, you'll see the AIDE Pro folder here. So I would go here. It has all the learnings that comes with this, which the extension uses, and in turn the CLI also uses. What I also want you to do um, is open this when you download the files that I have provided. So this, you'll see this 8 Pro folder. It has the learnings. You can replace all the learnings if you want to, and also there are all the Claude folders, right? This is what helps you, not only Claude but Cursor, Windsurf, Claude, and all these three, which will help you to code through the CLI. So what I want to do is, and to go back to my folders and say this is what is in my app right now, and what I've downloaded from the web is here. So going here, I'm going to take everything except the learnings, and I'll copy these files, put it in my in my app over here. And now what I'm going to do is, once I'm here, is I'll open a new window of Visual Studio Code and drag and drop the 8 Pro directory into it. Now that I've dragged and dropped, now that I have my 8 Pro directory, this whole thing, which consists of learnings and Claude and other CLI tool files, I can. This makes it amazing for me. I just go here, I do I go into the terminal mode, and once in terminal mode, say I want to do everything using Claude, I do it here, and um, and great. And now I'll enable Claude code in my visual code, right? So I go back to the app, and all I need to do is, once I'm here, all I need to do once I'm here is, and to go to my configurations and say enable CLI bridge. Once I do this, I just have to hit save, and once everything is saved, I can go here and say give me context of my application, right? So now what, because I've audited all the instructions, the claude.md file, in this case it'll go read those things, and when it reads those things, what it'll do is it'll know what bridge to use and how to connect to Studio Pro. You don't have to worry about the about connecting your Visual Studio or Claude Code or Windsurf or Cursor to the Studio Pro. It takes care of everything, right? Those is what the automated scripts are for. But now, so what I did is I opened the 8 Pro directory into Visual Studio, and I initialized, or I activated Claude through the terminal, and then I started typing my commands. And this command was, or I started conversing in natural language, and this one was give me context of my application. It did whatever it had to in the background, and I started getting everything right. So which is great. The same planning and task execution uh, tools are available here in CLI as well. So you can do those amazing features or all the amazing work from here as well. And I think this is a good demo. But if you, so again, if you are part of this beta group, amazing. Please send me feedback. I would love to add more features. If you find any bugs, please let me know. I'll fix them. All you have to do is hit on the hamburger menu and say send feedback, and then it'll open an email dialog box for you, and you can start sending me all your feedback. The another thing I would like to say is, if you're not part of the beta group, feel free to go to goldenearth.io and go to AIDE Pro, click join beta list or join the beta and fill in the forms. I'll get an email. I will give you access to the beta program. So, yeah, thank you for watching this video.